He doesn't care. He doesn't want to get any points. He doesn't care. I shouldn't still be this angry about this, but I am so angry. Hello, Ed Gamble here, and this is my Taskmaster Ultimate episode. I am host the Taskmaster podcast, so I spend my entire life watching Taskmaster. A lot of people are picking tasks they do well in. I've got a couple of those, but there are some things I've done really badly in though, because it is more entertaining.
The category, after some pretty intense workshopping, is the thing that makes everyone go, wow, that really is the greatest thing.
Stinks of running out of ideas.
So this prize task is from Champion of Champions, which is, of course, I mean, you guys know, the Champion of Champions, where the winners of the last 5 series get together and do 1 episode, which I've still got a bee in my bonnet about. It should not be 1 episode. The previous Champion of Champions was 2 episodes. They got a little bit more chance to bed in. We got 1 episode. It was 1 day filming in the house. It was going all on red, basically. You had to have a good day, because sometimes you have bad days in the Taskmaster house. And I can't stress this enough, I had a bad day in the Taskmaster house. I know that I need to get the prize task right and I need to get the studio task right. The studio task, that is more difficult to get right because it's all up in the air. You don't know what it's going to be. And as it turned out, it was 5 points for the winner, no points for anyone else. And it was pretending whether you had bricks in your suitcase or not. I'm bad at that sort of thing. So this was my only chance to get points in Champion of Champions.
I think the greatest thing is winning Taskmaster. That's got to be the greatest thing.
You smooth bastard.
So I thought I'd bring my trophy in, but then we've all got one of those. So I wanted to make my trophy better than everyone else's, so I sent it to space.
Did you actually?
Yes.
What?
I mean, I have got 5 sweet points.
No one thinks I've actually done it at this point. Lou's doubting me, sent it to space. Also, I would say that every time I said I sent it to space, they cut this out. Alex would say, no, you didn't. It was just high in the sky. But I think they had to cut that because it was genuinely impressive, as we'll see. And I think he was trying to do it down. He's such a little nerd. See, some people are trying to laugh. They're trying to have a laugh. They're like laughing, but then they realise he smashed it here. I think it would be remiss of me to not credit my wife with some of the idea, because we were talking about what's the absolute biggest thing you could do, and we came to the decision together that sending something to space is pretty good. This is a service that we found that does send things up there, gets a video of it, and then people use it for publicity purposes. I think someone did it with a kebab once, or a burger. It just looks very impressive, doesn't it? And I thought, no one's going to think of that. I sorted all this out and they said, do you want to come and watch it happen? I said, yeah, absolutely, of course I do. And they went, you have to drive to Sheffield. I said, no, probably not then. That is the face Greg would make if he was dropped from the edge of space as well. Just completely unimpressed by the whole thing. 3 points. I don't like that they left in it falling over as a funny bit at the end. I think the absolute magnitude and beauty of what I'd achieved should have just been left pure.
Herring is shitting.
Richard's pretending to laugh there because he's nervous. I've never met anyone more competitive. Same with Lou. Lou's pretending to be silly. She's not silly. Eyes on the prize.
How did you make that happen?
They send it up there on a big balloon.
Yes.
Big balloon.
It was up there, got to minus 56 degrees.
So that's just an insight into when I used to tour with Greg. You basically end up having a completely different language with someone. So when I said big balloon and he went, big balloon, that's exactly what would have happened on tour. And you notice how Alex completely ignores it.
4 points to Richard Herring. My head in space takes the big 5. There it is.
5 points for Ed Gamble.
I knew I'd get 5 points for that. It's the only time I've ever done anything on Taskmaster where I knew I was guaranteed 5 points, because it speaks to his magnificence, doesn't it? Going all the way up there. This is the Taskmaster that you have to play to. The Taskmaster who is all powerful, all controlling, and can look over the whole globe from up high. And I think that really struck a chord with him.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
That delight is not faked for anyone. I was so excited every single day of being on Taskmaster. Coming in, they were the days I look forward to the most in that whole year. And any presentation of a task that's a little bit different. We had one where there was a really long task coming out the caravan door.
Oh-ho-ho!
Loved that. And this one through a mangle. That's touch of genius.
Make the most striking water feature.
You have 20 minutes.
Your time starts now. Ah!
Poor Rose in the rain again every single day. She had to do tasks outside. She was in the rain. She will tell you that that cost her the series. But her poor decisions cost her the series.
Right, let's see what we got. What are you gonna do, Ed?
That's how I go around my house, by the way. I talk out loud to myself all of the time. What are you going to do, Ed? Regularly say that to myself. Come on, Ed, don't put that there. Why have you done that? That's how I get through.
Can you take your top off? Yes. OK.
How do you feel about popping your top off?
I don't like doing it.
I want you to take your top off for the water feature.
I mean, it's just funny, isn't it? Alex top off, Alex trousers down, Alex sitting on a cake, Alex eating disgusting stuff. He's happy to be involved, and you can get him to do most stuff.
Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah, it's sexy.
I mean, look, I'm not proud of it necessarily, but I am. He was in a lot of pain during this task. I remember him not being delighted while this was happening, which makes me laugh more. If I can tell someone's putting it on for effect, it's not as funny, is it? To me, Alex was not a human being in this moment.
You got any spare trousers?
Fair play to Badil as well. Made Alex take his top off, but he also took his top off. And then everyone feels comfortable. No chance I was going to do that.
Put that on your head. That's disappointing. Shit. Oh yeah, that's kind of better. What do you want me to do? Just look far away eyes. The sea.
You sort of forget about this one because of all of his other total disasters. But again, this feels like someone who's got a vision in their head, and then what's actually come out is far more nightmarish than anyone could ever imagine. It's that little piddle of water.
Here's how it's going to go. You're going to spray some water out your mouth when I give it to you, and then you're going to sing, oh. OK. Go.
You don't hear the full song that Alex was sung initially in the broadcast because it sounded so much like favourite things from Sound of Music that it had to since been it's been re-edited since. So what is pathetic about me is whenever I would do anything on Taskmaster or indeed on any TV show, my first thing to do is to look directly at the crew to see if any of them are finding it funny. They were looking at it going, well, they had BAFTAs in their eyes. And unless I'm very much mistaken, the BAFTA was secured. And I think this is the moment that it happened. This is the moment I won a BAFTA.
Thank you, Alex. Come on. Cheers, mate.
Ed!
See, I'm delighted when I go back into the house there. I was like, yeah, see you, mate. Cheers. Came back into this room and I probably went, yes! Yes.
We barely need to discuss it. It's one of the most triumphant things I've seen. That beautiful merman.
Let's just dwell on how good that was for a moment. It is good though, isn't it? I mean, obviously inspired by Ariel in The Little Mermaid with the red hair. Hers wasn't made of bubble wrap, but I guess with all the pollution in the seas now, it would probably make sense for her to have a bit of bubble wrap in her hair. Sad. So I'm making a comment on the state of the environment as well as making Alex look like a total fool. When you finish the series of Taskmaster, the crew give you a framed photo of you attempting one of the tasks, and it's normally like a highlight moment or, you know, one that looks great in a single shot. And this task is the one I've got, so I've got that up in my office in a frame. And unfortunately, I have a picture of me dressed as a dog from Champion of Champions, but that one doesn't get put up.
Make the best cup of tea in this teacup.
You must use all the equipment on the table. You must not use anything from the kitchen.
You must wear the washing up gloves throughout the task. Best cup of tea wins.
You have a maximum of 10 minutes. Your time starts now.
Yeah, I think I was on the least frustrating team format I could have been on in that series. They do their best to not let you know it's the team day. And I'd imagine that works for some people, not little nerds like this guy. When one of the producers is taking you for breakfast at a cafe down the road, you're thinking, something's going on here.
How's it going?
That's good.
Nice to see you.
All three of us together, perfect. And then you know that's your team. And you want to be on a team of three. I think that's good in terms of point scoring and in terms of help, especially with two brilliant creative people. And then all you're thinking is, Joe and David, I cannot wait to see what they do. And we were heavily rewarded. Their team is, I think, one of my favourite teams of all time.
Oh, good God, it's David Baddiel.
I can't believe they put us together.
No.
Anything David did would have made me flip all the tables in the house.
So we need to pour that into there, right? That's stuck down.
Have you got a key on you, Alex?
To take that.
I've got a key on me.
Oh, keys. We're looking for keys. Do you think the keys are in here, in the sugar? Doesn't matter if I make a mess, does it?
Pop your shoes off for me.
See, I'm always looking for that. Any attempt to be the guy who finds the key. I love escape rooms. This to me felt like not an escape room. You'd be pretty disappointed if you paid 23 quid and went to an industrial estate in East London and the escape room was make a cup of tea with a stuck down teapot. But, it's just very Alex to have a key on him somewhere or for a key to be somewhere. On this occasion, as far as I know, there was no key. Also, look at the size of the turn-ups on my jeans. Why did I buy jeans that long?
There's a bunch we want to strain it.
We should just wad it up and squeeze it into the cup instead of a strainer.
Wad it up and squeeze it.
Wad it up and squeeze it into the cup. Look, tea.
Oh, great.
Wow, that's amazing, actually.
Cup of tea, anyway.
I don't know why we've all silently agreed that this is the way we're going to do it as well. We're all going, yeah, a cup of tea, only one. No one's going, this is awful. Maybe we should do something different. We've all given up on getting points. Squeezing, covered in tea, just going, yeah, that'll do. At this point, I don't think we even know that Alex has got to drink it.
Just get as much water on that as possible, and then I'll spit the milk on top when we're done.
You spit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a frothy one.
That is a disgusting moment, I'd say. The long globule of phlegmy milk. Not my proudest moment, but I've picked it for my ultimate episode because it's just pure disgusting. And one of my favourite quotes from the whole series is Katie saying, oh, it's a frothy one.
Have you done sugar?
No, we haven't done sugar.
I can't spit that in. Stir
Give
it.
it a stir.
Yeah. That's a cup of tea, right?
You can see the look on my face when Katie stirs it and I see inside the mug. I'm loving it. If you're going to do badly, you've got to go all in, right?
I don't think we're going to get a better cup of tea than that. OK.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Alex.
So horrible.
Even looking at how we did it, which is obviously gross, I still don't know how it came out looking so disgusting. Alex, to date, says that's one of the worst things he's ever tasted on Taskmaster. He's had some horrible things. I think it's this, maybe Lou Sanders' burnt porn in the delicious dust.
Delicious.
Quinoa is the other thing.
It's quite, it's got a kick.
But yeah, this has really upset him.
No, I felt like I was watching a tribe of people who just invented their own language a lot of the time.
I can't remember who came up with the idea to wear black tie, but I think we'd all just got on so well, and we were in the makeup room before a record day, and we just decided we've got to do something special, something fun for the final episode, and black tie seemed like the way to go. And yeah, we had a great laugh. You know, we all went out for afternoon tea a couple of weeks after the broadcast. That was really fun. We went to a very fancy place for for afternoon tea. And from memory, Jo was given a private tour of the restaurant by a very old waiter. And when she came back to the table, she loudly said, "I've just given him a blowjob."
Get this duck into that pond.
What pond?
There's a pond in the garden.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God!
I hadn't even seen that. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That is off the scale. It's got a really aggressive face. He looks like Lenin.
This is very bad memory for me. I guess I've picked it because it's one of the ones that people talk to me about the most. It gets brought up a lot. It's probably one I've watched back the least because I watch it back in my head every night before I try and go to sleep. But I probably watched it once for the podcast, and then this is it. Yeah.
The duck must be launched from behind this rope, and you must stay behind this rope during its journey.
So I just wanted a suit that was like Dumb and Dumber when they go to the event, and I think it's perfect. Yet again, I'm going to have the maddest, most notable thing to wear during the tasks, and then Lisa turns up with a fake beard.
Hello, Alex.
Hi, Lisa.
Absolutely blows everyone out of the water. So, talking of being blown out of the water.
Do you think I can build a river? Think I can sail the duck all the way down? Some other people might do something similar, so speed is the...
Yes, you're running very fast.
First second, do you think I can build a river? Never come up with anything else. That's the idea in my head. I'm going to try it. Even later on, you'll see a moment where I see something else and I go, I'll just do something else. But I've decided, because I've committed to this idea, I need to see it through to the bitter end.
Right, I'm going to send the duck down just to see what happens, OK?
He's coming.
Is he moving? He stopped. We're going to do this? Ah! Ah!
So that's the moment I should have tried something else. The first time it didn't work, and clearly it's uphill towards the pond because it can't travel uphill towards the pond because it's basic physics. I thought I could get a jet going that would blast the duck up the pipe, but no, because we weren't allowed the hose. So much work to do. Just look at this frame here. What am I hoping for there? Because it starts going uphill. So I want it to start going uphill onto that bin, then come down, then it goes down a little bit and then completely flat. Well, I'm expecting the duck to come alive just there, swim, then it goes uphill. Suddenly it turns into a salmon so it can swim upstream into the pond. What am I thinking?
Is he still moving forward, Alex?
Backwards now.
He was loving this. But I alternating the pipes I quite like, so it's like a water slide where, you know, suddenly you might be outside and then you're back in the, you know, thinking from the duck's perspective, it's having quite a good time.
Oh, man!
Chill out, Ed.
I can't chill out. I want this to work.
Just genuinely me. No attempt at artifice there. I can't chill out, I just want this to work. Just really upset. Also, what I'd say is that there were all those pipes and they weren't enough to reach the thing. So I had to get pipes from, I think the caravan had extra half pipes there. So they'd thought this all through. Like, you discover these extra half pipes, you start to feel like, I've found a trick. There's more pipes here. You thought you were going to get me. But, and then you put it all together and realise that they'd known you were going to fail since the beginning. I am well aware that Andy D thinks that method is possible, and he said they did it before and it took 15 minutes and it was in the snow. But he's just trolling me. It's definitely not possible. And by the way, they did a similar task in Junior Taskmaster this year of getting a duck in a pond, and that was directly at my expense, I believe. And I hope all those kids fail their GCSEs.
I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get the water up there now.
Good luck, Ed.
So 90-something minutes I was doing this for. An hour in, there was a knock on the gate and the delivery man arrived with everyone's lunch. That's when you start to feel bad. You're like, none of the crew have eaten and I'm still here doing this.
And that's going to be an issue as well, isn't it? Just is the worst day of my life now.
I forgot I got that close. Look at him. He's so happy with this. I think I had to go outside the gate for a little bit. I don't know whether that was in the edit, but I think at that moment I walked outside the gate and just stood in the street for a bit. Considered just going home, running all the way down by the side of the river.
Get this duck into that pond. What duck?
Yeah, after 90-something minutes, you are looking for a punchline to it because it's not going to happen. So you want something punchy that's definitely an end. And I think decapitating the duck and then burying the head and the body in different locations so it can't come back and haunt me was the way to do it. But I had truly lost my mind by this point. And this wasn't the last task of the day. I then went on from this to dress as a dog to dig up a grape, I believe.
Oh, all fun went out after the first hour. It was...
What? How long was he there?
97 minutes and 9 seconds, and he still didn't do it.
It was 97 minutes of utterly wasted time.
And 9 seconds.
I've never seen such a well-dressed loser, though.
And I sit at home still watching Taskmaster going, come on, don't do that, you should absolutely do this. And it's so different when you're actually there. This one is the one moment in Taskmaster that everyone still talks to me about. And it's, it's self-explanatory. Let's have a little look.
Standing in a queue, draw the most accurate pictures. Alex will show the person at the back of the queue a picture. The person at the back of the queue must draw this picture on the back of the person in front of them. The person at the front of the queue must draw the picture they think has been drawn on the back of their pad. You have 1 minute per drawing. No one may communicate with anyone else. The team with the most accurate 3 drawings wins.
So can I just check, have I been put on a team with David Baddiel?
They were correct to do this in terms of entertainment, but again, very, very angry. This is one of the tasks that my wife watched and said, finally, you're showing your true personality on television. Whatever people say to me about this, I wasn't thinking about winning the series at this point. I was just thinking about maybe getting some points and doing well at the things, but not with the overall aim of being the champion. But I think I was just very aware that production had put me with David because they thought it would be funny and a disaster, and I didn't think that was fair gameplay.
The thinking is, there's a team of 3 there who'll have to pass 1 drawing across 2 backs. But to make it fair, you're with David Baddiel.
David was just brutally torn apart so often just for his entire personality, and it's funny.
Please can the people at the back of the queue come and have a look what I've got on my card. That's you and Ed, Joe. Have a little look at that. You may now no longer communicate, except with your finger. OK, you have 1 minute, starting.
Let's draw.
I'm angry already. It's not even started yet. Because he grabs my hand and stops me drawing and just draws his own thing.
What are you doing?
No communication, please. No communication.
I can't communicate.
He was gripping Ed's finger and stopping him from doing anything.
Straight away. I haven't drawn anything and he's just holding my wrist. And look at me. I mean, I look pathetic. He looks mad. I look pathetic. I'm appealing to Alex and Greg. So stop communicating. It's like, I've got to tell you what's happening here. And you can sense that the other team are really going to be good at this. They're like really trying. They're sort of silently just getting on with it. Even though it's through 3 people, it's quite difficult. But I don't know what David was doing.
6 seconds left. 6 seconds.
What are you doing? Why are you still drawing?
Stop the drawing. Stop the drawing.
What the fuck have you done?
No communication. Please wait. Please wait. Please stay at the front. Stay at the front.
You were literally just drawing anything.
So that's sad, isn't it? That's unfortunate. It's a real shame how angry I get here. I'm trying to smile as well while I'm shouting, but that is a conscious effort to not just be angry. Because he is really ruining my big day. This is Greg's favourite thing with me as well. to get me this angry. He's done it to me before.
Rose, show Greg what you've done. Just hold it up and prop it on the table, please.
Thank you. That is a lovely cow. A dog?
A cow or a dog? OK, and David, please show them what you've done.
Prick. Back. So I don't know how you've got eyes and eyeballs.
He doesn't care. He doesn't want to get any points. He doesn't care. He's drawn eyes in the middle that aren't joined up. The finger can't leave the back. Now I'm just saying the same stuff I said before. I've not moved on from any of this. I shouldn't still be this angry about this, but I am so angry.
Yeah. Well, you were supposed to do a horse. A horse.
Let's draw.
Can't wait to see this.
I'll do this again.
You're doing it again. No, you can't do it again.
That's a tricky thing to try and understand what someone's doing on your back like that. But when it's David Baddiel, you know that he's probably forgotten what it was on the way over to your back and he's drawn it badly. So there are so many layers you have to get through until you get the result. David doesn't know what's on the paper. David can't draw it anyway. It's on my back. I'm drawing it. So it's just going to be a mess.
OK.
I'm sorry.
Ed, do you want to show, first of all, Greg, what you've drawn?
Yeah, sorry, we cheated a bit. The communication really helped.
Why did you do that?
That's what you did on my back.
That is not what I did on your back.
That will be what he did on my back.
Thank you. Katie, please reveal.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Wow. At best, I would say it was a jellyfish.
I don't know why Katie's makes me laugh. That just really makes me laugh.
Well, they were supposed to draw a church.
I'd have to give that to them because there are at least angles in it.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to give that to the gents.
OK,
yeah.
so it's 1-1.
The fact that we got points for that is kind of amazing, and David is very proud of himself.
Ed and Katie, please come and have a look at what's on the card.
Oh, OK.
No communication from now on, please. You have 1 minute. Starting.
And I know it's going to be bad. I absolutely... Yeah, there you go. I know it's going to be terrible, but I could not have prepared myself for how bad that was. I felt like I was going mad, is what I felt like. I felt like I was in the Truman Show. David's been sent there to test me.
David, yes, please show Greg what you've drawn.
Is it a cubist men's genital?
Would you like to see it? Yes, please. We're meant to do 3 aubergines.
Yeah, those was really good.
I've come to my decision. Let's get it out of the way with now. 5 points to the ladies, 3 points to the gents.
There we have it. The ladies win 5 points each.
Yeah.
Little handshake for David at the end there. I didn't mean it. The fact we got 3 points for that is sort of amazing. I think Greg was worried that I would genuinely smash the place up if we didn't get any points. I do think quite often, what would it have been like if me and David were a team in the house? I think it would have been very, very funny and probably quite legendary in terms of Taskmaster. I think it would have been a lot of anger coming from me, I'd imagine. I love David, by the way. I should make that very clear. David's obviously a genius and very, very funny. But when it comes to Taskmaster, he is a disaster. Episode 9, I've got to know David. We've been hanging out a lot. We've established this back and forth relationship. If it had been one day in the house, my first time properly meeting David and working with him, I don't think I would have felt free enough to scream in his face in an angry way until maybe halfway through the day. So there might have been a calmer task. We would have had lunch and then I would have been angry Ed. But I definitely wouldn't have won the series. So that was my ultimate episode of Taskmaster. Starting to think that I hate myself if I picked things that I did that badly on. But don't forget, if you want to watch Series 9, you can watch it on YouTube and channel4.com. It's a good series. Get on it. You've probably seen it. You're all nerds watching this, right? Hey, like and subscribe. Do we still say that?
For more Taskmaster, subscribe now.